Hi everybody. Well, I actually recently watched Tony and Jenny's live stream last week, and they brought up an interesting question because of what's going on the cruise lines and things that are happening right now with cutting back on entertainment, starting to charge for things that they didn't normally charge for before. And they asked the question, what would it take for you to quit cruising and vacation another way? That's an interesting question. So, what would it take for me to quit cruising? I think for me it would have to be a ton of nickel and diming and cutbacks. Now, for one thing, right now, basic things are covered, right? Your basic food is covered, your main dining is covered there. You can relax by a pool, you can go to the casino, no problem, no charge. You can take in Broadway shows in the theater at night, or an aqua show if you're on a ship like an Oasis class ship. You can go see an ice skating show. There's all kinds of entertainment on board, and I think the thing that would definitely start to make me think about other types of vacations is if they really started to charge for those kind of things. Like, number one, entertainment. If they start to charge for entertainment, right? Oh, you want to see the Broadway show tonight? That's $10 a person. This way we're limiting and getting only people who are going to stay and see the show, who really want to see the show. It's worth it. Look at how much it would cost you on Broadway. If you were to go see a show like Cats or Mamma Mia, you'd pay hundreds of dollars for tickets. But here we're going to charge you $10 or $20. It's a real bargain. That's how they would spin it, but I would be livid, absolutely livid if that was the case. Because it's not Broadway. To actually go out and start charging for entertainment on a cruise ship, I think that might be one of those things that actually, okay, that's enough. I think there might be other ways to entertain myself in traveling. Now, that's an extreme for me, because cruising is my vacation. I love to cruise. It's work and it's vacation at the same time. Who has a better job than I do right now? Being able to cruise everywhere you go and cover it and make a living doing it. It's amazing. It's a life-changing, amazing thing that happened in my life near the end of my life, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I feel completely blessed every day I get to do this. And it hurts me to my soul sometimes when cruise lines disappoint me. Like Princess Cruise Line just disappointed me. By trying to spin it that the new Princess Plus and the new Princess Premier was a benefit to everybody. It's a great add-on. It's a beautiful thing. Look how cheap it is compared to other cruise lines and everything. And they never once mentioned, oh yeah, by the way, those things we added to it were free before anyway, and everybody got a chance to do it. Even if you didn't have Princess Plus and Princess Premier. That disappointed me. When a Norwegian cruise line started canceling shows, instead of having 2 amazing shows on their ships, they went down to one, and then a side show that is okay, but not near what the other shows were. That was very disappointing to me as well. Things like that. If you're going to charge me for my 3rd entree in dinner, I'm okay with that. You want to raise specialty dining prices? I'm okay with that. Because if I go to a specialty restaurant, I expect to pay for it. But when, if I have 5 entrees in main dining, that's a little excessive, right? If I order the chicken and the fish because, the entrees are this big, that's one thing. But if I order, I want the chicken, I want the beef, I want the duck, I want the lamb. Oh, those skewers look really good. Hey, how about some of the shrimp as well? That's a little excessive. Go ahead and charge me. Go ahead and charge me for things like that. I'm okay with that. Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is an option. However, cruise ships are now making Wi-Fi part of the experience on the ship with their apps and their locator and their chats on their phone and checking your cruise compass on the phone now. That's how you find out where everything is. And if you start charging me just to be able to use my phone to find out what you have going on the ship, and it's the only way to do it if you cut back on the paper stuff, then I don't expect to be charged for that. But cruise lines are starting to do that. Cruise lines are starting to charge you to hook up to their Wi-Fi for you to be able to use their perks on board that is a convenience that used to be free. And those kind of things are annoying, but not deal breakers yet. So a lot of things would have to happen. First of all, the quality of food on board would have to go way, way down. If they suddenly cut out buffets, believe it or not, that might be a thing for me. Because I'm one of those people who I go to the show at night, and if there's no event after that, I go to the buffet, bring my stuff back to my room, and I work in my room for 3 or 4 hours in the evening. That's my routine when I'm on a ship, every single night. And if they cut out that buffet, and now I have to order room service and pay for it every time I do it, or go to late dining and that interferes with my work and now I'm up later at night working, that actually might be a deal breaker. If they start charging me, for instance, of buffets or got rid of the buffet, that might just be another deal breaker for me. But the big one for sure, is charging for entertainment. I'm highly surprised right now that Norwegian Cruise Line on the Prima and the Viva have not started charging for Sid Norman, because everybody loves that venue. They want to get into it. Imagine, there's only 70 seats, so it's a very limited thing. I almost in my head am expecting them to start charging about $25, $30 for tickets to go see that show, because it's a specialty. I've been on Norwegian cruise ships before, like the Encore, that they had a specialty show and you had to pay for it, and they gave you drinks and everything while you were in there. Well, they could do the exact same thing there and start charging you for it. That could be the beginning of the end for me for cruising. Charging for your entertainment. Hasn't happened yet, and I hope I didn't just give the cruise lines the idea.